Alright, so I have a very special upload plan for you super special snowflakes. So go ahead and give me a like, a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get to 10 million subscribers, 10 million followers on all platforms. We can do it. I believe in the fellas. We can get there. So please help me reach my goals. I'm going to ask for it at the very beginning of the video. I have UFC fighters who speedrun their opponents. That's the topic of today's upload. And on the cover of this presentation, I have a fighter with potentially maybe the shortest fight time in history. Canelo hands himself Belal Muhammad. This man has never seen a scorecard. Whenever you see Belal Muhammad get announced, the first thing that goes through all of our heads is, oh yeah, that's a round one sub, round one walk-off guaranteed, right? That's what I think. That's what all ball knowers, we know that Belal Muhammad, he comes with that fi, and he drops it off. A fun fact is, like, whenever I make predictions videos, I gotta make predictions for UFC 320 still at the point of recording this video. I've just made a bunch of duplicates of the slideshow that I made for UFC 319, and I named that presentation Belal and the Chirac Savages. So whenever I make a copy, we're up to like a copy of 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 Belal and the Chirac Savages. It's so funny, dude. Whenever I look at it, I always laugh. But yeah, let's get right into the list. We're gonna talk about fighters who have really short fights. They're fighting like they're trying to be home before supper. Our first fighter is going to be Tom Aspinall. Who else? This is our heavyweight GOAT. 2 minutes and 2 seconds fight time. I call him untested on numerous occasions on this channel, but it's not his fault. And the reason why he's untested is because there are no tests, and whenever he does get an opponent, he just sleeps him immediately. And that's what we get. We get submissions, or he sleeps him immediately, like out cold. So, I mean, if he's proven anything, it's that he is the danger in this division. He is the test for anybody else who wants to come and step to him, and nobody can. That's the reason why he's able to do what he's able to do to these guys with no problem every time. I mean, just think about the Blades fight, right? People, illegitimate loss in the first one. He blows out his knee, comes back, he KOs Blades with the jab. And it wasn't a sleepy KO, but Blades was so afraid of the aggression and speed of Tom Aspinall that he just shelled immediately and just took the L as soon as he got closed in on against the cage. And it took like maybe a little bit over a minute, dude. It was so short that it was forgettable. That could have very well been the first time that they fought. They could have very well have never fought at all. I barely remember either fight because in total that's like 2 minutes of octagon time. Something that's funny about Tom Aspinall to note is that he says that he's motivated by the fear that he feels and the anticipation of a fight whenever he gets a big opponent as well. He said he gets really afraid, and that's what drives him to perform. He said that he can't deliver performances like he can deliver in the cage whenever it's live fire in the training room because that fear just isn't with him. That's pretty notable. I think that's pretty neat. I think that a lot of instances that we see, even at the highest level, guys who come up, especially from like the Bellator, like the Patchy Mixes, the Patricio Pitbulls, they may get in their own heads. The Aaron Picos, maybe there's a little bit of doubt that creeps in, and that fear kind of is an inhibitor versus something that is freeing and makes him perform at a heightened level. Those senses are heightened for Tom Aspinall, and he gives us really good performances out of fear. It's funny. If Aspinall KO's gone in less than a minute, he may very well be this division's GOAT. Like, undisputed. We can't argue it at that point because John Jones, he came in and he put his big old belly on Gane and he made him tap that way. Francis Ngannou wrestled him to a decision. So it's like, if you're sleeping this guy, this prolific Muay Thai French kickboxer, and you slept him and made him look like he was nothing, then yeah, we definitely have something with Tom Aspinall here. I know that it sucks that Ciryl Gane gets 3 title shots, but he's literally the only formidable opponent at 265. So, I mean, even if he loses this, he's always going to be one fight away from the title, depending on what matchup they give him. You're either going to have Ciryl Gane be the dude who your champion defends the belt against, or you're going to have him be the guy who you build new title contenders off of beating because he is just such a good benchmark for heavyweights. Ante Delaya versus Ciryl Gane is probably next if he does lose to Tom Aspinall. I'm not sure if Ante Delaya would even fight Tom Aspinall because they come from the same camp. But I mean, I'm saying that under the notion that they have the same mentality towards fighting each other that like Merab and Aljamain Sterling had towards fighting each other. And it might not be the case in that matchup. I'd like to see it. Ante Delaya, great fighter. I'd love to fight him. I mean, dude, many believe that Jones would win that fight really easily, take him out in the first round, beat him up on the ground, but he might not have. As I'm talking up this striking, it's not like he can't grapple either. Like, this guy he's good everywhere. That's the thing that's, like, really nice about Tom Aspinall. He's not been tested in every single area of the octagon, and that's not his fault. All of his tests have retired, or they're just not around anymore. They went to different promotions. So, we'll find out. UFC 321, I think it is. We're going to find out. Ilia Topuria, this is going to be our next fighter. 10 minutes and 2 seconds fight time, but this is like, it's got to be pre-UFC, man. Maybe the Josh Emmett fight. This guy is a legend killer like Randy Orton. So many finishes on this guy's record. He's chinning people like he's got somewhere to be. Like he's got a hot date with his woman. She's got to make it to the movie theater by 9 p.m. Chinned Volk in 3 rounds. Like, how are you doing that? And then he knocked out Max Holloway in 2 rounds, which is like, how are you doing that? And to like make things more impressive for Ilia Topuria, he's picking his shots. He's calling his shots, calling the round like Conor McGregor. He's taking the same pathway as Conor as far as like dominating MMA, going to boxing, losing to Terrence Crawford by late round TKO, coming back to MMA, whiskey and coke, getting choked out by Islam Makhachev, buying a Lamborghini yacht. Like, history is going to repeat itself before we know it. It'll be a full circle moment for Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor. No, I don't see him ever going out like that. But yeah, man, this guy, he's special. I don't feel like I even need to talk him up anymore. This entire channel is just me glazing Ilia Topuria, dude. This guy, he's got it. Terrance Mckinney, this is another dude who fights like he's got somewhere to be. He's a lightweight fighter, has the record for the fastest KO at this weight class at 7 seconds. It was hit over Matt Favola. This guy's at 3 minute and 3 second fight time. And that's either him scoring a brutal finish or him getting brutally finished. This guy has never been to the cards, I don't think. And all of his finishes come in the first round. It's like a duel. It's literally like a standoff. And he either dies or he kills. And it's great. I love watching this guy fight on any type of Apex or numbered card prelim. Because you know what you're getting every single time. Violence, dude. Straight violence. And he's not solely reliant on his striking to get to fast finishes as well. Just think about fights like his against Faraz Ziem. He just rolled on that guy and crushed him like a bug. And then Vyacheslav Borshev, he just mogged him as soon as the first bell rang. And he did a better job of tying him up on the ground than Chase Hooper had. He's on a new run as of late as well. He beat Damir Hadzovic, Vyacheslav Borshev, and then I think that he's looking to add another guy to this like streak that he's been on. Or he's already won another fight too. Super fast twitch. This guy has God-given power, God-given abilities. This dude is a crazy athlete. Next, we're going to discuss Manuel Torres. 2 minutes and 34 second fight time. Incredibly violent. This guy initiates pocket exchanges at any cost. He's most comfortable in the fire. There's guys who like to kite off of the back foot. These dudes who like to fight moving backwards. This guy is wanting to meet you like a car crash. And that's how he wins his fights. If he can't create the space, if he can't create the perfect distance, which is like no space at all in order to just slug bombs in the pocket against you, that's whenever he struggles. Ignacio Bahamundes is a fighter who fights off of the back foot really well, and he was able to kite Manuel Torres into this right hand off of his back foot that he landed like 3 different times throughout the first round to finish it. Just think about what Manuel Torres did to Drew Dober in their fight. Disgusting stuff. This guy's a first-round finish machine. I think that he also got, like, Nicholas Moda was another guy that he beat. And these are just brutal finishes, man. Like, all of them are so nasty. This is another dude who's kind of flying under the radar. He called out Neil Magny after his last fight. And Dean Thomas was talking about everyone calls out Neil Magny, and this is kind of, like, punching down. But, dude, I don't know. Neil Magny has been looking... After his last performance against Jake Matthews, there's a good chance that Neil Magny does beat Sam Patterson, if that's who they're trying to give him next. The guy is like 6'3". Neil Magny's pretty tall himself. Guy Sam Patterson he's one of the most slept-on fighters at 170 pounds, in my opinion. He was supposed to get chinned by Danny Barlow, and then he shocked the world. And this was coming from a background of him just getting a bunch of grappling wins as well. I think he has the greatest potential out of any unranked welterweight as well to become ranked in this division. That's just my opinion, though. All of his fights in the UFC are round 1 finishes. Just recently, he beat Trey Waters, and he knocked him out cold, knocked out Danny Barlow. And then it was like 3 subs before then. So, I mean, this guy is legit. He abuses his range. He's a 6'3" kickboxer. This guy was cutting down to 155 at a point, and he was still winning fights down there. But he just said he was drawing himself out too much. And like you think, he's going to be successful at 170 for as long as he can make this weight class, which seems really dialed in. I'm looking forward to his next performance, no doubt. All right, so I mean, like, this may be like, oh, people are gonna come for me in the comment section, controversial pick here, but I mean, dude, Khamzat Chimaev, all of his fights are a sprint. It's just the method of which he tries to win fights. It only works on some people. Whether he finishes a fight or not, he always tries for a first round stoppage at the very least. This guy has an 8-minute and 11-second fight time. Even in decisions, his pace is frenetic, and that's the reason why he deserves criticism for the fight with Dricus du Plessis, because it was so out of character. He was playing it so safe compared to how he normally does it. It's just blood and guts most of the time, but it's a grappling heavy style, which makes it unique to watch, because most of the time, these types of bully ball performances are held by strikers who are just... This is the grappling equivalent of a guy who just likes to just throw a bunch of overhands, or just a guy with just really powerful boxing and crisp combinations. Ilia Topuria kind of is in the stand-up what Khamzat Chimaev is on the ground. And that's the reason why we love watching both of them fight, is because those styles are very conducive to getting finishes. It seemed like there wasn't a fight that he couldn't win in the first round of his run in the UFC. Like, it seemed like he would literally beat all of the divisional greats in the first round. If you would have told me in 2020 nothing else, that like you are a time traveler and that in your future Khamzat Chimaev is the current 185 champion, but that he fought some of the GOATs of welterweight before he went up to 185 and took the belt there, and then you asked me how the fights went, I would have told you that he beat all of these guys in round one, just because that's just his style, dude. He either finishes you in round one or he 10-8s you and then goes on to just comfortably win a decision there afterwards. And people like to remember that his fights are a lot closer than they actually are. This guy he's beating the people that he is beating pretty badly, dude, and he's landsliding a lot of these wins. It's just since that he's been largely perfect in the UFC, people are always going to root to see him fail for this reason. It is 15-0. I mean, he's been in danger a few times, but I mean, very much over-exaggerated all the times where he could have lost fights because he didn't, and I don't think he's going to. So this is a guy who tries to speedrun his ops, no doubt. Carlos Prates is another fighter who I need to talk about. Maybe it's because this guy knows that he doesn't have the cardio to last it for 15 minutes if he does want to take a measured approach and get deeper into a fight. That was kind of tested and potentially proven by Ian Gary. But whenever he's not getting beaten by a unanimous decision, which has only happened once, he's crushing his ops and he's throwing them into the wind. This guy has a 9-minute and 37-second fight time. He's a prolific finisher with an absolutely hellacious pace through 5 minutes. Like, you're in such a high risk of getting first round finish in a fight against Carlos Prates, it's ridiculous. This is the best finisher in the Fighting Nerds camp by far. Knees, elbows, boxing, and kicks. Like, this guy can use any type of strike to get you up out of there. And there is no resting in the cage against him. So yeah, this is definitely a dude who I give notice to. Being a guy who, like, I'm sitting at the edge of my seat whenever he fights, because I know that a finish is imminent and it's coming at any second as soon as the fight starts. And yeah, we're going to skip this one, man. I made this list in preparation of Dominick Reyes potentially getting a cheeky one over Carlos Ulberg, because I knew that if he did knock out Ulberg, it would have been in the first round. We're just going to move on, you guys. So yeah, that's going to be the list. Let me know what you guys think. Other fighters who have really short in-cage time, dudes who are speed running their opponents, like, let me know what you guys think. Anybody that I missed, people that you would have put on the list, go ahead and leave a comment. Please also like, comment, and subscribe as well. I will catch you fellas in the next one. Peace out.